Hey guys, today I want to talk about a real case in cybersecurity. It's about a company called MedixSys. They're based in Singapore and they make cloud software for clinics and hospitals in Southeast Asia. Their main software is MedixSys 360. So doctors and nurses can quickly see patient info, book appointments, sort out billing, and send prescriptions right from the system. Super handy, right? Here's the thing, convenience always comes with a price. Back in February 2025, stuff went really wrong. Hackers found a flaw in an old firewall plugin. And this wasn't some small problem, it was a serious gap that let them get into the system without permission. Over 55,000 patient records got stolen. The data was encrypted, sure, but the keys were stored on the same server. Kind of like locking your door but leaving the key right under the mat, totally useless if someone sneaks in. Nobody noticed the breach for 9 days, giving the hackers plenty of time to dig through the sensitive info. Eventually, they asked for Bitcoin as ransom. This just shows how important security is for cloud-based software, especially in healthcare. Let's step back for a sec. MedixSys is basically an ASP, more like a SaaS, which means software as a service. Clinics don't need to install anything on their computers, everything's online. That saves money on IT and lets staff access it from anywhere, pretty handy for smaller clinics without their own IT team. For example, Silvercare Clinic in Malaysia uses MedixSys 360 to manage elderly patients. They can track appointments, look up meds, and notice trends as time goes on. No need to worry about servers or whether the computers can handle it. Doctors just sign in from their office, nurses update records right at the bedside, and admins can pull up reports without hunting through piles of paper. It's fast, flexible, and makes the whole day flow way easier. But, of course, using SaaS has its own security headaches, because when all your data lives online, you're also opening the door to a whole new set of risks that you can't just fix by locking a filing cabinet. Okay, here's the deal. First, the data got leaked, total chaos. Sensitive patient records, the kind you really don't want floating around, were suddenly out there. Then they hit with a ransom demand, basically holding the information hostage. Honestly, a lot of this could have been avoided if someone had just kept the system updated and paid attention to the warning signs. That plugin hadn't been touched for months, basically leaving hackers a free pass like an open back door with a welcome sign. For the clinic, leaked info means patient privacy is at serious risk, services get messed up, appointments get delayed, and people start questioning whether they can trust you at all. For MedixSys, it was a nightmare, fines from regulators, losing longtime clients, getting dragged in the news, and watching their reputation take a massive hit. Security isn't just about tech, it affects your money, your legal standing, your day-to-day operations, and the way people see your business. Once trust is gone, it's really hard to get back. Let's talk security policies for a sec. Basically, they lay out what's allowed and what to do if stuff goes wrong. They cover who can see certain records, password rules, using multi-factor authentication, and handling incidents. Think of it like a rulebook for keeping stuff safe. A handy way to remember it is the CIA triad, that's confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Confidentiality's just making sure only the right people get to see the info. Integrity's about keeping that info accurate and untouched, no matter who's poking around or where it's stored. And availability? That's simply having the system up and ready whenever you need it. These three work together like a tripod, lose one leg and the whole thing gets shaky. If MedixSys had really stuck to those basics, the breach probably wouldn't have hit so hard, and they might have avoided losing so much data and trust. But keeping things safe isn't just about software or following rules. Physical security is a big deal too. Think about data centers, they need layers of protection, like keycard access so only the right people get in, cameras watching every corner, fingerprint or retina scanners, and logs of everyone coming and going. Employees also need to know how to handle sensitive equipment and info, because even one slip-up can cause major problems. It's not just about keeping people out, data centers need backup power so they don't go down during outages, fire protection for emergencies, and disaster recovery plans so everything keeps running if something unexpected happens. Even if your software is rock solid, someone sneaking into a server room or messing with hardware can make all that protection useless. Real-world cases show that physical breaches are often one of the easiest ways attackers get in. Sometimes hackers don't even have to touch the system online, just getting into the right room or grabbing the right device can let them steal data or mess up operations. That's why having strong physical controls, doing regular security checks, and training staff properly aren't optional at all. They're just as important as any cybersecurity measure you put in place. Encryption is super important. MedixSys did encrypt their data, but the keys were on the same server. That's like locking your safe and taping the combination on it. Keys should be kept separate, rotated often, and handled carefully. Going a bit deeper, multi-factor authentication, MFA, really matters. It's not just a password, you need another check, like a code on your phone. Even if someone steals the password, they can't get in. Logging and monitoring are also key. Every action should be tracked so you can spot weird stuff early. Tools like intrusion detection or prevention systems alert admins when things look off. Without them, attacks can fly under the radar for days, exactly what happened here. Patch management is another weak spot. Your OS, apps, plugins, they all need updates. Hackers love outdated software. MedixSys slipped here, one plugin wasn't updated, leaving an open door. Regular checks, automated patches, and vulnerability scans are a must. Security isn't just tech stuff, it's people and processes too. A good SOC with a CISO watches for threats, handles incidents, and keeps things compliant. Employee training is huge. A lot of breaches happen because someone clicked a bad link or used a weak password. Then there's the legal and ethical side. Patient info is protected by law, PDPA, HIPAA, or similar. Screw up, and you face fines, lawsuits, and reputation damage. Beyond that, it's just common sense, sensitive data should stay private. Looking at other cases helps. The 2021 Excellion breach had a similar flaw, outdated systems got exploited. Zoom in early 2020 showed how convenience sometimes compromises security. The takeaway, convenience is nice, but you can't skip strong protections. Incident response matters too. You need a clear plan, identify, notify, isolate systems, and coordinate with experts. MedixSys didn't spot the breach for 9 days, which made recovery much harder. Early detection saves money, time, and reputation. Some best practices on encryption: keep keys separate, rotate them often, limit who can access them, and use proper management systems. Encrypt sensitive fields individually, like patient IDs, histories, payment info, instead of just dumping everything in one bulk encryption. Multiple layers help. Network segmentation is another shield. Dividing networks into zones stops attackers from roaming freely. That plugin flaw let hackers move laterally. Segmentation could have saved those 55,000 records. Backups and disaster recovery are crucial. Even strong defenses fail sometimes. Secure, encrypted, and tested backups let you bounce back fast. MedixSys could have minimized disruption this way. User awareness can't be overlooked. Employees are often the weakest link. Training them to spot phishing, use strong passwords, and follow procedures cuts human errors. Regular drills and updates help too. On the management side, companies need clear service agreements with clients, who's responsible for what, reporting, and protection. Transparency builds trust. Key lessons from MedixSys: strong security management is essential. SOCs, a dedicated CISO, constant monitoring, all critical. Timely patching matters, outdated systems are hacker magnets. Encryption and key management are not optional, bad key handling makes encryption useless. Physical security, disaster planning, and staff following protocols are just as important. Finally, legal and ethical duties aren't just about tech. Protecting data is a legal and moral responsibility. Communicating and being transparent with clients is key. Keeping trust matters just as much as firewalls and passwords. In conclusion, security is multi-layered. It's not just code or passwords. Policies, procedures, technology, training, compliance, and ethics must work together. SaaS companies like MedixSys must evolve security to protect clients and reputation. Security done right is not just technical, it's about trust and business survival. Thanks for listening, and I hope this case helped you understand cloud software security in real life and why balancing convenience with strong security is essential for organizations handling sensitive data.